I ain't gonna lie, it's looking pretty crazy for DDG. And as heads that was trying to make family content in John before, I can attest to this, John. Making family content really just isn't a move. But I'm gonna let Omeezy go ahead and tell us why. Alright, y'all already know what it is. We got Omeezy. We have DDG finally regrets making family content. We're gonna get right into it. Obviously, if you want to watch the original video, that will be down in the description below to give your own opinions and conjecture. Shout out to Omeezy. Go subscribe to him too. But without further ado, let's see what we working with here. You know what I mean?
Tell myself something at age 22, I would tell myself not to get in a relationship. It's damn near like having a part-time job. You might be doing videos all day and your girl get an attitude when you're doing your last video. Like, when you gonna take me out to eat? When you gonna take me to the movies? When we gonna go on a date? And then it causes relationship problems in your real life that can affect your content. And you might get mad, get in an argument. You might not want to film the next day. You might not want to stream the next day. You might not want to go to the studio the next day. I would tell myself, if I was 22, I would say, bro, just grind it out. Let a relationship happen, but only happen when you feel comfortable in yourself as a man. 2 days later.
Yeah, honestly, and I know DDG is about to make a very hypocritical statement and probably say something really stupid. I'm gonna be like frank, and that's no hate to DDG. Like, yo, the doo-doo garbage thing was kind of funny, but like, bro, again, like, we growing up. But yeah, I do honestly agree with DDG in that sense of where like it doesn't even have to be with content. It could just be your normal employment. It could just be you have to spend more time with your family. You have to allocate more time to other things in John, and that honestly could just honestly like resent in a bad way with your partner. Like, if they feel like they're not being acknowledged, it's like, what's the point of their relationship? Because that's the whole point. You're exclusive to each other. So yeah, I could feel his point in that sense. But
I want to say that you know, sometimes when you talk about how you don't have time for a relationship and all this other outside things, and I know you want to be with your boys or whatever, but you want to get that money to get that 5-bed, 5-bath. I agree.
Stamped.
I agree with that. I want to say to a point, but
no.
I really agree. I really agree with that. And then it's like, sometimes I think like, okay, well, you need a break from it. But I get it, because it's like, if you don't do this and this is your income, or you know, your livelihood or whatever it is, and if you don't have money, let's all keep it real,
you don't want to dedicate more time to it. Yeah.
If you don't have money, then how can you go hang out with your boys? How can you go have a girlfriend or have a boyfriend? And then you think about like me, like I work, you know, and then as soon as I come home from work, I'm straight down here. You know, we're recording, and then, you know, that could start to beat up on you. But you guys start viewing, getting us some more views and stuff, and then I can do more videos, all right? And I can focus more on here. But I get it. I get what he was saying. It's like, you got to put, you know, prioritize everything, you know? But if this is going to be your source of income, then your person, say your spouse or your child, you know what I'm saying, got to understand, let me do what I got to do. Or your boys, you know what I'm saying? Let me do what I got to do. And then once I get that going, then we could spend that time. But sometimes you just feel like you're wasting time, right?
That's what I'm saying. Some people will feel like they're either wasting time, or they don't want to wait, or they feel like their partner doesn't actually really care because they're not allocating the most time to them, which I could also say on another degree, which is like true, and I can understand why people feel like that. But then it's also hypocritical, because then I'd also argue, especially in terms of my John, it's like, well, I'm not doing this intentionally because I hate you or spite you. It's like, we just don't got nothing. And for me to want you to enjoy our relationship and enjoy like what I can give you, I gotta do this. So I feel like this is really more of a checks and balances thing, like really more of like it, like you said, really it's like what are you gonna prioritize more? Because I used to really be hefty on I kind of still, but hefty on the philosophy where it's like, bro, if you don't, like, how could I put anybody else on if I'm not on? I gotta be on first. That's just impossible, bro. I can't give y'all something if I have nothing.
That's just like what I hear all the time. How can you take care of everybody else and care about everybody else if you're not taking care about yourself?
Exactly. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, but let's see what DDG said.
Okay.
I've announced me and Halle is split, right? It's life. It happens. She's still family. I love her to death, no matter what. Everything's still good. Never know what the future holds. Anything else past that statement is nobody else's business.
You were so much smarter back then saying that you shouldn't have gotten into a relationship, but why did you think it was okay to start a damn family if you were just gonna leave them? Having a family is a very joyous experience that a lot of people love to share with their friends, families, and loved ones. Now, that may take them down the wrong path. I believe believe to be the wrong path by sharing these experiences on the internet to not just their close interpersonal circle, but we know today's day and age has algorithms in everything in which we post on. So that'll take your content to the entire world to do with it with what they please. Now, on the bright side, you may be thinking, Omar, hey, this is something positive. My family doesn't live near me, so I take to Facebook to share the updates with them. Think of it like a family postcard or something like that, where they can access what my kids are doing or what I'm doing when I get married or whatever the case may be. And it's very...
Hey, before, I don't want to cut Omar off because, you know what I'm saying, Yappa trying to trill, but I just want to attest to his point. Like, yeah, sometimes family and stuff and people that you're really close to, they'll be far away. So, like, having social media, that's one of the pros I would always say, like, of having, like, mobile devices now, smartphones, being able to, like, contact people face to face real quick on a device. Like, that joint is really valuable. But in the terms of, like, applying this to DDG, yeah, it does seem very hypocritical. I will be honest.
Very lovey-dovey, and it should be harmless. But the problem is that people do not consider the realities of online culture. People are sick. People are exploitative. It's not necessarily just about the other people on the internet, you know, the heads and stuff like that, the sickos that exist out there. We also have to factor in the people themselves that are posting the content on the internet. They can be sickos too. This is where DDG and Halle Bailey introduced themselves into this conversation. Now, these are two famous individuals separately, and coming together, the internet naturally thought that this was going to become some natural power couple, and I don't necessarily blame them. DDG already exists heavily online as a chronically online person who creates content, and Halle Bailey, up-and-coming singer, Disney princess, performer, actress, all these different things like that, is getting more accustomed to...
I'm sorry. No Yap Trail, but I just...
Up-and-coming singer, Disney princess, performer, actress...
Yo, y'all being tight over this was such a waste of time.
All these different things like that, is getting more accustomed to building her brand in 2024, which means putting herself more and more online for public consumption. Naturally, as their lives progressed, they decided to have a baby, and because they didn't want people to know, they went to great lengths to hide the pregnancy. And I can remember those times, which I thought ultimately was a good idea. When it came out that she actually was pregnant, they did have a baby, it was nice because nobody needs to be subjected to all of these conversations and comments that they were being subjected to when they first got together in the first place.
Holly's fans are feeling like she's way too good for DDG and he's dragging her down.
They just think I'm a dog now.
Especially because his motives seem a little shady.
I'm just the type of troll and try to maximize every dollar.
And now, granted, some of that stuff may have been...
Let me speak on what DDG just said on there too, my bad. But yeah, see, this is what I gotta realize too with parasociality. It's like, yeah, you really like... You only know what the creator posts online. You don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on behind the joint. As much as you may think you know, and this is really coming hefty because, again, if y'all see the other videos, Mr. Beast Glazers, bro, I swear to God, I thought I knew Jimmy like the back of my hand. Guess not. So, like, this is the type of joint we got to really deal with online. It's like, yeah, like, let celebs have at least a little bit of privacy, bro. It's already bad enough their whole lives are just out on the internet. People are already judging, criticizing them. I mean, and which... Like I've said in many other videos, you're always going to be subject to criticism, especially when you post things online. But it's just getting to a point where it's just like, yeah. And then you never know. Some creators, like DDG just said, might be just rage baiting y'all to just get maximum profits, bro. Yes. I mean, have y'all not seen the Jack Doherty vids? Like,
but I like the point that he made, that when he said that once you put something out there, it's out there for anybody to do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
And I know some of this, some of these videos, you could get, what is it called? Not banned. When you take somebody's video or do something, you could get copyright strike or you could get all these different things. But I get it that they take their time to make these videos, and then but once these videos are out there, pictures are out there, you're saying here.
Yeah. No, seriously. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, every time me and Mom post, I'm going into that fact, and ever since we started, I'm going into that fact always knowing, like, yo, we're going to be subject to criticism. Somebody is most likely going to say something negative. Am I going to let that John stop me forever from making content, or am I just going to, you know what I'm saying, you chop it up, that's life, keep it pushing? I don't know. Y'all let me know what you do.
Been warranted, especially in hindsight, because DDG was definitely saying some weird things about how he was potentially jealous of her or whatever the case may be. That still doesn't give people the right to psychoanalyze the content or the creators or really the livelihoods of these people. So I'm glad that Halle made it a big deal that she wanted privacy.
There was no way in hell I was going to share the biggest joy of my world with anyone. Halo was my gift. He is the greatest blessing, and I had no obligation to expose him, me, or my family to that unyielding spotlight.
And I can agree with this
Fair.
standpoint as a whole, to be honest with you.
Super
With things
fair.
like AI, with nasty people on the internet, nobody is obligated to know people's personal lives. You are only obligated to get what people put in front of the camera, which can be an occasional picture of a girlfriend, an occasional picture of a new car, an occasional sharing of a job promotion, or whatever the case may be, whatever that creator is comfortable with. But nobody should be forced to bring things to the forefront of the conversation just because it should serve for fan fodder or whatever the case may be. But the difference is, and this is where I have to give
basically, and I really understand what Omar is saying by that. Basically, so like when people, you know, obviously the creators post all these Jones, like he was saying, like post a new car, job promotion, like this Joan is like fan fics for people that are really parasocial. They start making up all these scenarios. Now you try and guess all this Joan, and that's just bad. Like this is why, like Mom was saying even earlier, you gotta take a break from being online. Like that that is genuinely something that needs to be enforced nowadays, for real, for real. Like heads will say go touch grass, but like I'm not even gonna say that because obviously, you know, everybody be like, oh, go touch grass, you don't do nothing. But like seriously, give yourself a little internet detox, like, you know, for a day or two, bro. I know I'm about to go do that right after this. No cap, so.
a little bit of pushback to Halle Bailey when she took to Twitter. It is different when you decide to bring these things to the forefront. Halle Bailey said in a tweet, "I'm so sick of people thinking it's okay to speak on my career and my child. Leave us alone. I rebuke every negative word on this app, and I hope the people who are so concerned about my life put that energy into themselves. God will continue to recover and protect my family." I wholeheartedly agree. There's no place for negativity. Some of the disgusting tweets that I saw are so out of pocket, it's not even worth talking about, to be honest with you. I condemn those people as well. But these are the same people who said that they were going to keep their relationship private, and then from my perspective decided to exploit their child by putting them at the forefront of the internet so much that he became a meme.
Y'all pulled up with me, I would've seen y'all niggas outside.
Now I get it. DDG's job since he was about 15.
I'm about to say, I mean, again, I don't want to cut our Omar, y'all. Just real quick. Listen, please, Haley, DDG, do not let him turn into the next Jack Doherty.
I know, and I was thinking about that too. That's as Omar was talking, because it's like talking about how people are into other people's life. Now I know we talk about Jack, we talk about Neon.
Yeah, so you could say
Logan.
I'm a hypocrite for that. So I will.
I don't want to say hypocrite, but I do want to say that they have such negative out there, and it's like.
I understand what you're saying. Basically, anything you'd see about them or any news you see coming out about them is so heavily enforced with negative reinforcement. It's like to the point where you're just gonna end up gradually hating them, and maybe that is FOMO to hate them. But if you're like, again, if you like a bull like me, which I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't be parasocial and look into heads lives, but hypocritical trill decided to be a commentary bull. Tough, don't know what to tell y'all. But like if you look into these bulls live, it's generally like. It's generally realizable how hateable they really are. Like it's like you can generally look at these things that they have literally done on camera, especially these streamers, and know like, yeah, bro, these are not actions we should be promoting. And I'm not saying that DDG is the worst ever, because yes, heads have had family channels that are actually pretty wholesome, cute, or whatever, and that's completely fine. But the fact of it is, like, you gotta give this kid some time, dog. Like you doing this joint like straight out the yamins. We gotta chill, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
15 years old, has been to create content about his life and share that with his audience in an engaging way. That's truly how he got to fame. There's no way to me that you can justify placing the face of your child on screen with some sort of blurry or pixelated image to protect the innocence of your child, which rightfully so you should have did. And then somehow you progress to the point where he has been memeified again and again and again and again. Whether it's the one where he's sitting sideways on the couch, or the one where he's driving in a car, or even the one where he's like on a train and they're circling around the mall. I don't know.
That's their son?
Car,
Oh, that
even
is?
the one where he's like on a train and they're circling around.
Yo, I'm sorry. This meme was so funny, bro.
What did it say?
Because when your little sis overlooking unsolvable, but that's not. I'm not saying this is just random TikTok caption. Everybody gonna copy this here right now. But I'm saying just like Halo. I'm guessing that's their son's name. Like, yo, his face he made with this vid, bro. This is hilarious. Like, I'm sorry. This is genuinely.
I like the one with the bonnet. It reminds me of you. Go back a little bit with the bonnet.
Yeah, that John is funny.
He's driving in a car, or
look at his bonnet.
Yo, this how y'all gonna
bonnet
see me.
True.
This how y'all gonna see me pull up on Mom in a Tesla with the bonnet. But nah, seriously though, like, man, it's cute when you post some, pictures and vids of your kid, because obviously you want to have those memories, and I could, oh my bad, I can totally understand that, and that can be justified to me. But like when you're just constantly pumping out YouTube videos and content like this, bro, it's not gonna seem genuine. Sorry, just not to me at least.
Nobody thought that this would be something different, seeing as to how DDG and his family has treated Woo Wop, his little nephew or whatever he is on the internet.
I hit my switch on you, I don't play. I get chicken like Chick-fil-A. Guess how much I made today? My uncle picked me up in the race. Balenciaga, I never revenge. Her boyfriend is a fan. I'm Florida, one an accountant. YouTube, IG, I'm popping.
But we know that DDG was going to exploit his baby at some point. He probably never even thought that it would get to this point, but people were obviously, because they are sick and have no boundaries, gonna take the time to take an innocent Halo meme and decide to sexualize that meme with a baby in it, which is disgusting work. But again, we've seen this coming from DDG this whole time.
When you and the HUD's trying to get active, can we delete?
What a baby?
Can we delete the internet?
Yo, some people just, come on.
Yeah, we gotta delete the internet, bro.
Y'all pulled up with me, I would've seen y'all niggas outside.
So all that happens when you reveal more and more on the internet is you invite people to be weird, people to be nasty, people to be psychoanalyzing critics. And again, I don't think that this is right or wrong, but when you post the fact that you two have broken up, which literally nobody asked for, nobody was investigating, you're gonna invite people to come in, dig up a bunch of history, and start psychoanalyzing the validity of the relationship from the jump. Then this leaves room for people to take seriously or run with narratives that are posted on the internet, especially with this close friends post that DDG put out there. I'm a grown man, I can make my own decisions. We chose to split because of personal reasons. Nah, it's not a skit, I'm not hurt, and I'm not missing out on anything, and her head game was trash AF, LOL. As long as my son good, I'm...
Did he really put that? And if he did, why?
It's like, and it's crazy because I be trying to give these heads the benefit of the doubt. I try every time, I really do. And like, whatever, I just don't care. Yeah, of course he would have said
good. Now, DDG refuted that was him. The nasty part about it is, because you have been so openly on the internet lately about your relationship, everybody can run with this narrative. And personally, I think it's sick and weird, but you invited this into your life. And especially because you don't have the best past in this relationship, people are taking sometimes warranted jabs at you. But I keep having to ask myself, why should I even be involved or care this much about somebody's life? Especially enough to disrespect them like Joe Budden did this past weekend.
Who the is DDG? Why am I supposed to care about his thoughts on anything? I'm very happy that they have broken up.
That's hypocritical, because then Joe Budden, I could ask you the same thing. Why should I care about your thoughts on anything? Like, that's literally, that right there is hypocrisy, because it's just like literally, like, why? Again, because even like I said, like, you can hear people out, but don't be doing this dumb jump, bro. Like,
so I don't get to keep seeing this name attached to this girl's name when I don't know him for nothing as a standalone. And for me, it's important to know people based off their own name and merit and what they have done. Every time I see his name, it's attached to hers, and it's typically in some type of clout chaser fashion. So that makes me look at him a different way, and hopefully I get to look at him a lot less now that they've broken.
Now, I don't think this part applies to DDG, perhaps, but the people that also do the same things as him, but in an exploitative way, are absolutely disgusting. See, the difference is, I personally believe, and who am I to even personally believe this, but I personally believe that DDG cared about the well-being of his child. But there are a lot of people on the internet who get involved with family content that don't give a rat's ass about their kids and will do anything and everything for clicks and views. The idea of being some sort of internet celebrity to gain financial success.
Actually, yes. Ruby Frank. Yes.
That she is.
Yes.
She ain't care about anything.
I need y'all to really understand, like, bro, like, like when we first like heard about that situation, I didn't even know like what to say or feel, because I'm sitting there like, not only did you use your entire like lineage of children as content, like you literally tortured your own flesh and blood that you produced, bro. Like, are you serious? Like, you're actually a deplorable human being. Like, that's crazy, bro. But hey, she gonna rot in jail for a minute, so we good anyway. It don't matter.
attention or validation, or maybe you just lack awareness as to why you do some of these things and say some of these things and they come off weird on the internet, is beyond me as a whole, especially when we have innocent kids being involved. But there are people who go to the most extreme extents to the point where they need to serve jail time.
One of YouTube's most famous family creators was arrested on child abuse claims. Viewers think they saw it coming.
There she is.
Yo.
There she is. I already knew who she was about to talk about.
Yo. Y'all, I really do this commentary, John, bro. Stop playing me, bro. I know what I'm talking about.
I already knew who she was about to talk about because you just said it.
I'm a no-lifer, bro.
Because that doggone Ruby is...
Yeah, nah, if y'all don't know about her, bro, you don't want to know.
Exactly. You don't even want to know about her.
Ruby Frankie.
YouTuber from southern Utah has been accused of child abuse. Court documents show
child
Ruby
abuse.
Frankie from the Family Channel 8 Passengers has been arrested after her child climbed out of a window and asked a neighbor for food and water. Officers say there were signs that he had been tied up. The child was taken to a hospital, and his siblings are now in DCFS care. Frankie is being held without bail.
And she's not the only one.
No. Let me go further into detail. No yap session. No. Yeah, now the kid, it was showing, and Mark said he tied up. No, he was guaranteed tied up. She duct taped his arms, legs, all that. Yo, his Johns was so infected, and he was so malnourished. Like when, obviously he got out the window and all that. Like they took the tape off, his skin was missing. Yo, he's malnourished. He wasn't getting no eats. Bro, like she was like, bro, y'all need to imagine like medieval torture, bro. Like back in the 1500s, like King Arthur. If you was talking crazy on him, bro. That is what they doing to you, bro. That's what she did to like a 12-year-old kid, bro. And yo, no yap sesh. That's
one. Please don't get me started on the content that I've covered on this channel before about parents punishing kids as some sort of prank, or even if it's a real life punishment, but ultimately recording it and putting it out there for public consumption.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes, you shouldn't?
No, I should never did it.
Okay, hold your head, because you agreeing with me. That's what I like. You already earning the first star. Come on, baby, please. No.
This y'all, I'm sorry again, no pause, merchant. And this y'all is exactly why I told mom, nah, we can't. Family Channel's dead, bro. I'm sorry, like it's done. Like it's done. We're not doing this.
We wasn't gonna get anywhere with our Family Channel because it was all positive.
Yeah,
we didn't do anything negative.
Yeah, that's
when we had the little nieces and nephews on, we was playing games. We was having fun. It was like and nobody didn't want to see that
wholesome family.
Yeah, nobody didn't want to see that family fun having stuff. They wanted to see some torture and beatings.
And then, and I'll even play devil's advocate on that too. And you could say like, okay, that's hypocritical of us because like, yo, you could have just made that content work. Why did you decide to like switch over to commentary, reactions, drama, and all that? And that's a good question. And honestly, I would tell you the straight up truth. It's a better content strategy. I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's honestly the content I'm more interested in. I can do more research. I can get better information. It makes me want to overall have a better drive to make this done. And maybe I'm hypocritical for that. I'm just more adding to the slop, drama, and negativity of the world. And hey, it's unfortunate. I don't know. But I'm not saying that in the fact that like I just straight up don't care. Like, yeah, if you perceive me to be a bad guy, you perceive us to be like heads that are just not good because obviously we're covering Johns like this. Hey, you're subject to that opinion, but I don't care what nobody says. It's my opinion that this Family Channel content is garbage. So,
and they make it bad for people like us who trying to have a family.
Like have it like wholesome, like it'd be cool,
just having fun.
But
no, I can't stop because you didn't stop twerking.
Bro.
No, you was twerking already. You was a life of the party.
Know that ain't my hair.
They still gonna like you with your braids like this. They still gonna like you. They still gonna like.
I think it's really messed up that this person is a responsible adult, somebody who knows better, who's 18 and up. There's more productive ways to have the conversation with your child to let them know the actions that she's taking is wrong. However, this is the internet and everything is for public consumption. Everything is for laughs and clicks and everything like that, subscribers and money and all that stuff. I don't know what type of sicko you have to be for your child to be punished on camera and you upload it to the internet, but that's somebody who clearly doesn't deserve to have kids. And speaking of the kids, there is nobody advocating for the kids in these examples. I remember when I was younger watching shows like John and Kate Plus 8 or any of those TLC shows where these kids had plethoras of siblings under the parents' roofs or whatever the case may be. And we all know how those things turned out. Those kids ended up scarred for life. The difference between those situations and these situations here is that at least when TLC was rolling, there was a camera crew who may or may not have had, but hopefully may have had some sort of heart in order to advocate or defend for the kids. But in these situations, situations, it's just a G7X Mark II.
Wait a minute, I just really realized that I had to like put that all conceptually. Like now I'm thinking they had a reality TV show where the content was basically watching children get abused. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, that's crazy. And that like I just realized like Omar said that and I'm like, wait a minute, how did that even air? Like
iPhone, a mommy and a dream, and they're just doing anything under the sun. And when that camera is cut off, nobody's there to advocate for these kids. Even if it means scripting the content for their children to say something that they might not even know what the hell they're saying, these parents are willing to do anything and everything for the validation of people on the internet. There was even a trend recently of these kids coming out saying about how these things affected them in their life now that they're adults.
Children of the first wave of family vloggers are speaking out about the trauma that they experience having their entire childhoods being broadcasted online.
When I say that things about my life were constantly posted online, I mean like everything. About my day-to-day life, about my school schedules, about my sports, about my mental health, about my health issues. I remember even right after I was hit by a drunk driver, my mom was right up in my face as I was strapped to a stretcher board taking photos to post on her Facebook page.
This will be the type of joint that'll make me want to quit YouTube. I'm gonna be honest, cause like that's just crazy. Like that, and you know what's crazy? What does that situation remind you of?
What, the Ruby Frank?
No, this her where she's talking about with this situation she just said.
Oh, Jack when he was in the accident with Michael.
Exactly. Just turning everything, every part of your life into content, bro. I genuinely feel actually terrible for her, bro. And then your parents force this upon you, and like, what are you supposed to oppose your parents? Because they're the ones that's supposed to provide for you because you a kid.
Can't do that because they would have been putting that out there.
Exactly that too. Yo, this sucks. Like this type of shit.
I think there was even a situation where a child had to sue their parent for putting their content online. At the end of the day, I look to people like Casey Neistat in these situations because Casey Neistat, for as long as I've been watching his channel, has kept his family life and the internet as balanced as possible. There is a healthy dose of protecting his family, his wife, his children, his brothers, his siblings, his parents, all that stuff, and still letting people peer into his life on a day-to-day basis.
How come no family channel? Putting the kids out there, like my kids are in my videos, my kids are in my photos, but like I don't show their faces, and I try my best to make it so it's sort of hard to invest yourself in who they are. I don't want people to feel like they know my children. And I got nothing but love for people who have family channels, for people who found a place that works for them. But for me, it's just like fame and notoriety like has really taken a toll on me. Like, I'm super fucking weird. Like I gotta go to therapy. I have crazy social issues. Like I like go out to dinner is my biggest fear in the world.
We think that cigarettes are something that kids shouldn't consume. Alcohol, pornography, driving, all these things are too much for a kid to handle. But all of a sudden, when it comes to fame, that's something that's okay. There are too many child stars that we've seen on the internet in order for me to justify exploiting my kids or putting that information onto the internet. There are too many people out there with a messed up mind for me to rob my family of the opportunity or option to be involved in my content or not. And I've seen it blown up in too many people's faces like DDG for me to even say that I want to sign up for something like that. I'll share stuff when I'm ready. You can get tweets about my basketball opinions on Twitter, and on YouTube for sure you can get my commentary and my opinion about other people's lives. But as far as divulging into my life so people can psychoanalyze who I am, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And honestly, I completely agree with Omar on that factor too. Like, bruh, like it just comes with boundaries. Like, I totally understand if you want to post. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, not to repeat this point, but I just do want to emphasize it a little bit more. I can totally understand if you want to post Instagram Jones. You know, I mean my mom all the time. The Facebook moms love posting their kids, them embarrassing pictures, yada yada, because it's genuine. It's just love. Like it's showing them like, yo, I appreciate my family. I appreciate I love them to death. Like these are my peoples, and it's great. But when you're taking it to the levels like this, and especially when you're being ultra hypocritical on that same standpoint, you look stupid. I'm gonna keep it a buck. So in DDG's case, it's looking a little dumb, but listen, y'all, I just say, you just gotta balance not only just your work life, but like literally your online life too, your social life. You just gotta really have just overall balance if you possibly can. Yes. But listen, don't let me virtue signal to you. That's coming from the drama bowl. But nah, seriously though, shout out Omar. That was DDG finally regrets making family content. If you want to watch the original video, that will of course be down in the description below to give your own opinions and conjecture. We at the end, no mom, so go ahead and let them know what they gotta. You
didn't like this video?
Maybe a little bit.
You did tell him to subscribe to Omar's. Yeah, that's his real name.
Omar, Omizi's the name.
Omizi. Okay, I don't want to be saying your government, Omar, but shout out to you. And Very proud of you as a mom. Very good. And back to subscribe. All right. Don't forget to turn on that post notification bell. So every time Mom and Trill
post a new video, that boy be fresh up in your feed, and you better watch the whole thing.
Yes.
But I ain't gonna lie. Without that being said,
I'm Mom.
And I'm Trill. And we gonna go ahead and cover the next bozo. Peace.